The success of students with college scholarships across the country can vary widely. One program in Minnesota boasts a graduation rate 1.5 times better than the national average and is especially helpful for first-generation college students. Special correspondent Fred DeSam Lazaro looks at what's behind that success for our weekly education segment, Making the Grade.
Because it's like we know so much about our companies,
At 22, Precious Drew is a recent college grad and budding entrepreneur. She was recently awarded a fellowship to work on her business plan at a Minneapolis incubator.
Still wet.
Her business is a sustainable beauty product. In college, she and a friend developed a face and body scrub.
Flatten it out so they can all dry.
Made out of used coffee grounds. For now, she makes it in her mother's home.
We're considering a manufacturer to scale up a bit. However, we also pride ourselves on small batches, handmade, with love.
The pride that her mother feels is evident from the framed diploma and photos throughout the house.
Her name is Precious. God knew it and I knew it, that she had a gift.
Precious Priscilla Drew is the second youngest of 8 children and the first in her family to go to college. She chose the College of St. Benedict, a private, predominantly white school in rural Minnesota, because it offered the most generous financial aid. It was just over an hour and a world away from her Minneapolis public high school.
The transition was definitely hard. It was very culture shock being from the inner city.
College was a struggle at first, but Drew says she was able to stick with it thanks to a program called Wallen Education Partners. Established 26 years ago, Wallen has helped some 4,500 Minnesota students attend and complete college.
You don't know how to catch these, do you?
Kelly and John Henry, parents of 2 young children, are among 65 Wallen donor partners who give $4,000 a year to individual students. Although that's just a fraction of what college costs, Wallen helps students find additional aid so that only 40% have any debt when they graduate.
I had been volunteering in different Minneapolis public schools, helping lower income, first generation high school students get into college, and realized once they're in college, there's not a lot of support for them. So we thought, well, we'll give them a scholarship and help with the financial part of that.
Hello. Hello.
Donors are encouraged, though not required, to give more than just money. They're also urged to develop a friendship with the recipient. For the Henrys, that meant sending supportive text messages, introducing Drew to business colleagues, and inviting her over for home-cooked meals.
I wasn't expecting to have this kind of a level of involvement, but man, it brings a really special connection with the young person, and we've been amazingly happy with the results.
No matter how much I had done, they'd always say, okay, what's next? We're proud of you, that's great. I know you're gonna do more awesome things. What are you doing next?
Drew is not the exception, but rather the norm. The Wallen organization was started by a former CEO of medical device giant Medtronic, the first in his family to attend college, which Win Wallen did through the GI Bill. 60% of Wallen scholars are first-generation college students, 70% are students of color, and the average income in their households is about $25,000 a year, a challenging demographic, says Wallen CEO Susan Basil King.
If you are a student of color, first in your family, and you're low income, the likelihood of completing a 4-year degree is about 12%. Among all students that enter a 4-year program, about 62% will complete a degree.
I just interviewed for US Bank.
But among Wallen students, that graduation rate is 1.5 times higher at 92%. The main reason? A high level of support all along the way, from donors and mostly from 8 staff advisors, providing assistance colleges don't usually offer, says Stephen Lewis, a retired college president who chairs the Wallen board.
In my experience at Carleton and other places, you say, well, she's an 18-year-old, she's a 20-year-old, she makes her own decisions. Not our advisors. Our advisors say, Fred, I understand you were in chemistry last week. What's going on? Do we need to talk? And so it's very, very intrusive, if you like, but very supportive.
Yesterday I took a test. It was a struggle. I don't know if I should reevaluate my finance major now.
Stephanie Avalos is a junior business major at the University of Minnesota. From the very beginning, she says, advisor Liz Carlin helped her navigate the academic and social challenges.
And I remember like the first day, I just had so much to talk about. Like I was like, oh my gosh, these classes are so different. Students are so smart. Like I feel so like at disadvantage of.
I'm listening to where they are, and then when barriers pop up, I'm there to kind of help mediate some of the damage that's done or try to be encouraging.
The Wallen Group also links its scholars with each other on campuses, an invaluable network, says Avalos, the daughter of 2 Mexican immigrants who never finished grade school.
I feel like I'm not alone in this. Like I feel like I have people I can rely on who can share similar experiences we've had.
Wallen works with 62 colleges in a 5-state region, and going all the way to graduation is critical, says Board Chair Lewis.
If you graduate from high school and you have 1 or 2 or 3 years of college, your income potential goes up a little bit. It's not until you get the degree that you get that big payoff. So the degree is the prize.
Precious Drew hopes that big payoff will come soon as she continues to build her business. She hopes also to attend graduate school in the years ahead. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Fred DeSam-Lazaro in Minneapolis.
Fred's reporting is a partnership with the Undertold Stories Project at the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota.